What's up, y'all? It's me, Tasha C. And in this particular video review recap, we will be reviewing Love and Hip Hop, Season 8, Episode 567. I'll put the right one in the description below. And shout out to my YouTube fam, and let's get into it. As you see my face, I'm waiting. They had the nerves to give us snippets, another preview of Love and Hip Hop Miami, and it's like I'm trying with this show, y'all. I'm trying to stay committed, be consistent as much as I can with the videos, but I'm trying, y'all. I wish there was something to drink in here. I mean, it's something to drink, but y'all know what I mean. Let's get started to the serious stuff. This episode, like a lot of them, it's like we can see the script, the teleprompter in the damn back with some of these scenes. I'm just like, really? Damn, that means I had a chance of my none acting, none had school, took lessons / never took lessons / never was improv or was a gift that I didn't need school, but I still can act my ass off type thing, because I have a chance, because I can see that's what motivates me with most of the stuff that's going on here, that I have a chance to act even though I can't act for damn. That's what I'm giving, okay? See, like they tell us, you can be whatever you want to be. Yeah, okay. Okay. Also, again, did you notice a person who's not even part of the main cast music was featured this time, but it had nothing to do with the cast members who was on here. I mean, remember we are, she kind of already kind of out there that doesn't count, but you know what I mean. Again, where's Snoop? Where's Juju? Why are they a part of the main part of the cast? Because you don't see them as much. Okay. We had a serious scene where, just to bring up real quick, with Richard, I know I'm jumping ahead. Richard goes to see his mom, and they're talking about, him getting adjusted to, being a person who has diabetes and taking care of himself. And his mom was listening. They just buried a couple years ago, one of his uncles named Mickey, rest his soul. And I think she had to bury, I don't want to say two more family members. And, just dealing with the complications of diabetes and just Rich trying to get himself together. Unfortunately, the only thing that he hasn't got himself together again is the fact of him being the Creep Squad. And y'all seen recently on social media, there was a picture of him and Eric Mena. Then, whatever. I don't know. It was like, I wish I would have had that old thing back type of picture. But yeah, it came back, y'all. So, anyways, we go, and Richard is talking to DJ Self, who's, got a temporary VIP pass to Creep Squad, right? And with Peter not there, are they going to get any more additional replacements for the Creep Squad? Cisco's her ass ain't on here no more. So, what are they going to do from now on? Okay. So, anyways, y'all. He's talking to him, and even DJ Self said in confessionals was like, once he talked about our niece, and he Richie did his thing to see what happened was, he was like, okay, there's plenty of you that you had to end the best with a married woman, but still, Richie feels like he needs to go ahead and tell Navarro, I don't know if I say the name it, Navarro, quicker than her, and he's like, well, why would you tell him before and think it's an obligation to him instead of, you already messed with somebody, husband, whatever, and he's like, well, I don't know that dude, so it doesn't matter. But then Rich tried to say, well, one minute she said she divorced, next minute she said they separated, whatever, blah, 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 but the first thing he said when talking about DJ Self, like, I'm in these circumstances, blah, blah, blah. I mean, I think that was part of the majority of the conversation, but, it's a woman who's married, has a husband, 2 kids. So wait a minute, that even goes by what you just said. You just said a couple minutes later, like, oh, well, she said she's divorced. No, you just said she was married with 2 kids. Now, that's 3 different areas, okay? You got divorce, than even separation. And it's not even legal separation. And it's already sticky when you be going with people and they're separated. You know, even if the marriage is completely over with, whatever the case is, that's already sometimes can be, you know, you walking on, you know, a bridge. It's not an unsteady bridge in some cases still. Okay, but he's all talking like as if she was even in separation or even told him that. She flat out said, okay, it is what it is. I can be married at the moment, blah, blah, blah. And he still was there, couldn't resist the creeps or whatever, because he had to explain that he's seen this artist, seen the bikini, blah, 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 blah. It was the tights. The DJ self, I forgot what he said because I kind of had tuned him out because I'm just like, this shit right here. But, you know, he just saying, like, what to say. Like, well, you know, how maybe I think he was trying to tell him how to break it down to him, to Navarro, whatever. Richie goes to see him. They about to play golf. And Richie, Rich Dollars, I don't know why I keep saying Rich. I think it's his mom that called that. You know, Rich Dollars is talking to him, and it was talking about first this girl, with like she need to get herself together. He's a lawyer first, and I guess she needs to get herself together. They want a cold, you know, the cold business thing together. Then you get another scene where, I mean, it's still the same scene, but the next instance is he said, you know, his dad, his mom called him because his dad collapsed and stuff, and I guess his dad is also diabetic as well. And Rich realized, you know, while telling him he was diabetic, but I didn't know until the scene that you've been so close and this is your, you know, fraternity brother and stuff, okay? But he tells him that he's diabetic then, and he's like, I didn't know. Like, yeah, the whole audience, you know, kind of, I mean, of course they were taping at the same time, and I'm like, okay, you know, during there, even like the audience knew before you did, even though this was pre-recorded, you know, but it was just that he didn't know that Richard was going through that. And they were just talking. Richie Dawes decides not to tell that he smashed Ananis at the moment. He's going to wait to the 8th club or whatever, I guess because of the health thing. But it's like, even if he don't say anything, he's going to kind of figure it out on the screen. And Ananis, you know, can't hold water really that well. You know, that's how her and Jonathan fell out. So we already know that's not going to go too well. So, okay. Now, we have a scene that the bridge, speaking of water under the bridge, you got Yandy, you know, is under the bridge, and she decides to meet Brianna, Aqua Brie. Okay, that Aqua Brie Supergirl, we gonna call her because she represented the Aqua Turquoise blue. Okay, Little Mo was a signature blue, and I think even Rima had a little blue in this season. So you know, like I said, blue is their color. Blue's Clues, the Crayola Crayon Box blue is, you know, all through this episode. Okay, so again. But anyways, now Yandy realizes that the way that she acted, are they going to bring up ever again about Jonathan and this, you know, this mess about him saying that he talked about, you know, Yandy's invisible person, you know, the shadow, whatever, or is it made up, or is just him? You know, what I heard, he was really cool, and people was like saying he was likable, K. Michelle, and he's already, you know, maybe he's trying to get on Love and Hip Hop the next season they have one, most likely, or whatever, but he's appearing a little bit more messy side, okay? So, anyways, she talks and realizes, like, you know, I know you're going through, you're talented, but it's your attitude, and you don't know who the hell was at that, you know, at that place, and you up here basically spazzing out. And Brie had already admitted, well, he already was unannounced, so I already had a problem with as is. Okay, so already she was heated and ready to be, you know, already was like 2 steps, like, you know, starting attacking that right foot and shit, that she wanted to beat his ass, I guess, whatever, even then. And then she kind of breaks down and cries. I'm like, has she ever cried the seasons, y'all? Is this the first time? I mean, because I'm usually most is either you cool, but you still look mad, or the one, come on, bitch, let's add it. That's pretty much the only 2 emotions that I've seen of Brie in the whole couple seasons that she's been on there. But I think this is the first time that I've seen her cry. And she cried explaining, like, you know, she knows that she has to work on something like that, but nobody be understanding her. You know, all her money that she does get, she don't get no money for things. She go get the bills. And then that also explains, like, if Yandy's managing her, is the problem because Yandy is not putting much input in her, you know, or because of her attitude is pushing people away, which Yandy was saying. But that's what she was saying, like, you know, all her money got gold, you know, she's going to school. I don't know if she was talking about, like, student loans, or she's paying and going to school at the same time. And we don't know that part because she's always so angry to pop off. You know, and, you know, she's working at LP. We don't know what the hell going on. but she was saying about her bills and everything, she's not able to get off, as far as able to get herself together. And Yandy just parted ways. She's like, I hope you get yourself together, blah, blah, blah. And she did, she kind of somewhat took the advice later on. We're going to see this episode that she kind of does need to work on her anger a little bit. Okay. And I mean, this fake ass storyline. By the way, I went ahead and listened since Jane Lane's decided to return, right? I went ahead, not to be biased, but I wanted to hear what's the song. I tried to look for the video. It is still not on YouTube. It's Bad Girl with Sophia, right? I went listen to the song, gave it a fair chance. Okay, next scene. Anyway, we have it where, like I said, we got Little Mo, and she all got 2-3 cups, and she feels some type of way, and what she's learned about her marriage that she knows about for the 500th time, and how she thought the hardest thing was trying to get this music together, which it actually is, because we still haven't heard shit from you. The only thing seems to be running is the storyline about you that you didn't know your husband. And I mean, I ain't gonna lie, when I watched Forest Rocks, whatever, I did see, like you said, somebody sent her the husband's dick pic. Forgive me, but woo, not bad. I'm not trying to be bad because this is somebody's husband, even though he's a thought. I'm just gonna give a low clap so nobody sees it. Oh, okay. Oh, all right. It was okay. Never mind. Like I said, that's inappropriate. So, anyways, you can see it for yourself. I mean, like just putting it in the search bar. Little Mo's husband. Okay. So anyway, she feels upset, and then, Mary Ma's got the store about to open, which is Conceited, which is actually one of her songs where 106 Pro Park kind of like came out. That was like one of her top songs, whatever, was Conceited. Okay. So she's making a store, school line, North Carolina. She's inviting Little Mo. She's trying, basically like calm down. Little Mo did tell her she did like to this about her son, and her son is the reason why. Again, that's what we keep running with, is why she, had the speculation, to check, and it turned out it was, some infidelity and stuff like that. So Remy Ma's trying to be there for Little Mo. Fast forward, they go into the shop, Fat Food's trying to sell some Black Love shirts. He might, like I said, he need to get a whole baseball cap, shop. Hopefully he's a silent investor and stuff like that, and Black, just whatever. And Little Mo's with her because she told her to basically come with her. She's trying to be there for her. Marriage is hard. And then all of a sudden, here comes Carl on cue, and she's like, "What are you doing here? Oh my gosh!" He goes to confessionals, Mr. Carl stuff. He's like this. Well, I talked to my dad or my grandpa. I don't know what you want to talk about. Okay, somebody's pop off. And he like, they told me that, she was down in North Carolina. So that was enough right there. And apparently, I know production must have said exactly where for her to go. Okay. And Little Mo decided to talk. He's like, I'm sorry, that type of speech. And she basically like, well, he did come here. So that means a lot. If I had a watch on, let me look at the time. This damn bullshit just. So, anyways, so they're gonna reconcile again until they go and do another live tech church and probably go on another show, whatever. Okay. But anyways, we also have, like I said, this story. We have no, not before I go. Jacques Sophia is a James R. like L, whatever his name is. Storyline. We got it where Anais goes to meet Jonathan. And, Jonathan realized he does miss his Anais. They talk and they basically reconcile. He does explain maybe he admits that he did put his career before their friendship, whatever, right? So, she realized she misses him, even though she said it dead to him. She realized since her marriage, this is like, she's going to let you know every episode she's in, since her marriage is going downhill, that she's going to remind us as much as possible and possibly bring some potential, mates or fuck buddies or whatever, to the table, that she is single. Okay? So, Anyways, she let kind of him know that that was her friend. Jonathan's like, you talking about Rich Dollars? Are you sure? You better be careful. And even he's like, confessions like, I know I'm these crazy asses not gonna be one to Rich Dollars to be committed, be loyal. You know, at the most you may get is what's love got to do with it with his ass. But other than that, he even like, okay, you better be careful with that one. You know, whatever. So Jonathan said, you know, he's going to, you know, he's got a new boo, whatever. And this guy, actually, like I said, little snippet I had, he sounded kind of decent. I could have sworn, was it a scene that they put in the previews, but they took out the previews, y'all? Or did I fast forward a little bit? You know, because I know they said the previews like, oh, you got me church, are we gonna get married? But then the part I got on, he was singing in church and they were talking, but I didn't hear that part. Or was it a production error, or was me just fast forwarding on? Oh shit, the show's playing. Let me continue. Okay, but anyways, they're talking and Trent is saying like, you know, how he's trying to get basically his career together, but he wants Jonathan to be supportive, but not supportive where at the point it could be seen that he's taking advantage. You know what I'm saying? Or using Jonathan's name. Using Jonathan's like, I can help you, but, you know, Trent is trying to be independent, be on, and they're trying to work this relation out. You know, they're just like kind of starting, even though I guess they've been cool for a couple years, or they met at an event and, you know, start a couple. I actually looked this information up, this R&B singer. And why do they put that this is the first Love and Hip Hop gay couple? I didn't read the article, but that's what they said. And I'm like, are you talking about Love and Hip Hop, or are you talking about Love and Hip Hop franchise? Because I'm like, that's the case. I know Love and Hip Hop wasn't Eminem, Miles and Million. Never mind. Okay, I was gonna say maybe just talking about the franchise. I was like, but y'all not taking. They're not the first gay couple that was on Love and Hip Hop together. If you go and count the Hollywood, for example. Okay. In any ways you want to be technical with it, unless you're talking about gay as far as gay males. I'm like, okay, Snoop was with what's her name? I'm trying to get on the show for blah 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 from that girl from that other VH1 show, whatever. So I mean, are they counting the gay males, or they're not counting the gay women that are on here, or gay, you know, same sex relationships, or both sides? Okay, I know I'm going to cut, but I'm just kind of thrown up by the title, but I didn't read it. Okay, but all right, but we'll see how it does with that one. But y'all, I'm stretching this out. Let's go with the Jacquees. So, Sophia goes to meet. Coincidence? Why is Brianna there? But I guess it's her showtime, whatever. With Jacquees. Jacquees let you know he's co-owner of a place that sells jerk chicken or whatever, or some restaurant, whatever. Okay, so he got some little bread in and at least got some investment, and he up here doing his work. So also Sophia comes in, and this is the time on cue he decides to confront her about the video. He could have did this actually at home. Why did he have to bring it up? And he's like, I heard about this video thing. She was like, yeah, I did the video to, you know, to get like basically, you know, radio airplay, blah, blah, blah. And he even's talking, you know, but then he got brought up, you know, because I'm just like this. And Brianna kind of wasn't really saying, but like I said, Brianna was, I think, and then we're already talking. Now, she already told him about even what Mariah Lynn said in her own words. So again, he's hearing all this stuff supposedly, but has... So he confronts her right in front of me about this thing. And she's just like, oh, yeah, I did the video. And then she had no problem, no whole bar, letting know, like, you know, that Mariah Lynn came to me like a rat or whatever. Or one of the three. But I don't know what the heck. I mean, it was something about a rat, you know, hood rat, whatever she called her. And Brianna was, you know, Bianca. Too many different bees. Okay. Chicken noodle soup girl. Okay. So she was like, what do you mean? And Sophia, I do give her credit. She didn't like background. She was like, she's another little rat. And Miss Brianna, actually just ended up with it's Brianna, went and just decided to leave. She did realize she does need to calm down and stay out of both, and just went out of there and walked out. Okay. And gave everybody the church finger and just pretty much left. And she let it be known, like, okay, I told you, because they were talking about, I told you 3 times. It's like, we sleep in the same bed again. You didn't tell me about this thing. But she was like, it wasn't like that. She was just trying to explain to him his promotion, blah, 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 about what it was. But, because he's really offended. You told me you're going to stop doing videos and stuff like that. Whatever. And she's just like, okay, you got a problem with basically me just doing this one video, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Because, you know, he already feels like everybody telling him that she up here on some foul stuff, whatever. So here goes the suspense scene, y'all. she gonna meet Mr. James in the park, whatever. And was he about to give her one of them flowers that was like already growing and shit, in his hand? And she's trying to play off anyway. She says she's gonna be in town, so she's just playing along. She ain't trying to get with him like that, whatever, But it looks like the next episode, he gonna be Captain Satan for Sophia, and she gonna be with him, But anyways, he talking to her, and he just feels sorry. In a confessional, I just feel so sorry, so bad. But again, I'm wondering, is he going to show is Jacquees going to check James? Okay, he had no time going to her. Like, if you don't check her, check him. Because like I said, he's also one putting 100 on 10 in terms of saying she was feeling him, blah, 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 and was like interested in him in a romantic way. And that's not even the case, and added on, And even kind of added like that's part of Mariah tactic because she already knew. But she already, whatever. But, so they're all talking, and he's just like, I'm so sorry, blah, 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 will you forgive me, blah, blah, blah. So they go over a cue, right? They go to a woman, she at the gate, and somehow she got somebody's puppy. And he just convenes like, hey, and she's like, oh, that's the dog I always wanted. So there's a dog on cue with this lady, okay, with this lovely sundress and somebody's nana or somebody's auntie of the neighborhood got somebody's dog. And the dog even kind of looked confused, but it's some little cute little fuzz buddy dog. And he's like, do you want the dog? And she like, oh, well, he was like, well, you can have it. And then she just, like, okay, here you go, thank you. And then takes off and stuff. And he's just like, oh, do you like the dog? And she's like, oh, you had it planned? And he did some research on her to know what type of dog that she has. So she's just like, okay, thank you. She kind of just keeps what she gets, but she's like I said, really, she feels he's talented. And Dracula got a problem. That's his problem. But she said she's just going to let him know what's going on, especially when you bring, a whole living, a mammal to the damn place that barks and, and every other thing else and eats and, uses the bathroom and stuff, you alive. You can't be sitting there. This ain't like a pet rock or some shit. But you're like, look, I got this pet rock. Okay, so she comes in. Jack Wayard feels type of way. And he's like, oh, this is a cute little puppy. Where you get it from? And she firstly even explains. Jamar gave me this puppy as apology, basically also, not apology for doing the video. And he feels some type of way, but Jack got, he got to get his acting skills and whatever, right? Now I'm starting to believe that this is all for show, even down to the relationship. He's like this, man, people could tell me, blah, 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 you want some BS, whatever. You think I ain't gonna like it, a man septic gifts? That's what I'm saying is, why he ain't giving somebody and about to check James? He still ain't checking James, whatever, about that stuff. They get in an argument, and, Sophia, like, you know what, you don't feel the way that is what is, and you're over-exaggerating. Get out. Here's your purse, blah, blah, blah. You get out, start, she got her one bag. She's like, you know what? I'll be back to get my stuff. You ain't got no stuff. I got a bed. I got a couch. I got some food trays. I got all that stuff, okay? You're not taking the great china I got that my grandma gave me on my daddy's side either, okay? I'm coming for that shit too. So it's just everything, but he's talking like, get out, but he got to sit there and do the dramatics. He rolled out, even kicked down the dog's back with some kibbles and bits in it and stuff, wasting food and stuff. And she like, I hope but he was like, get the bag, go. And she already had left. When he rolled the bag and rolled the bag, when they showed him the thing, they thought like he was doing that while she was at the door. She already left, got her Uber, went to her real home. Because she said, I don't have to live with you because, she was saying as if like he was making it seem like she ain't got ish, like basically she's with him, for the club, cow, whatever the words they say nowadays, but basically freeload, okay? So you go freeload, pretend to be in a relationship and be in a situation of just so, you can stack and save and keep your money to yourself, okay? Unfortunately, there are some people who do it. They be faking it till they make it, even be living with folks, even though they can't stay in their ass and stuff, and be trying to get their cars, houses, whatever. There are some people like that. They be like, we gonna make believe till we make it, to that point, okay? But she went out of there, and he like, it's overdone, bye, this shit's over, it's going by, and that's pretty much the episode how it is. But anyways, y'all, if you like the video, make sure you like the video, thumbs up. I'm trying with this, y'all. And subscribe. And I will see y'all next video. Hugs and loves to everybody. And thank y'all. Take care. And thank y'all for even watching this video, considering that the season is about as dry as a Popeye biscuit in the middle of a desert and it's 90-some degrees. So imagine how the hell that is. Anyway, y'all, see y'all next one.